Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of class 9th. Today, that's on 27th of August 2020, I am going to deliver an offline lecture for subject social science portion history. As you all know that due to heavy rains, today we will not continue our community classes. So in order to compensate our academic losses, we will try to study, we will try to learn, we will try to continue our studies through this offline lecture. So the topic that's under discussion today is rebellion in the forests. Rebellion in the forest, as we are studying the forest laws imposed by the British rulers on Indian forests as well as across the world. And in the previous lectures, we have discussed what kind of lives did the forest people live. What was the importance of forests for the people living in the forests? So what were the products that they were collecting from these forests? So in short, we can say that the forest people or the villagers near the forests were wholly and solely dependent upon these forests. But what happened when the colonialism was imposed on the Indian territories by the Britishers in the 17th century? They saw an opportunity by imposing some harsh forest laws on some of the forest lands. So we already have learned it that what were the effects of these forest laws on the lives of the people, whether these are hunters, whether they are fishermen, whether they are other communities. So what we are going to learn today is rebellion in the forests. Now people were fed by these harsh rulers, fed by these harsh laws imposed upon these forests. So what kind of a rebellion arose by the forest communities? So we are going to learn today. That's our topic. So first of all, in many parts of India and across the world, so one thing you must keep in mind here is that India was not only the colonial state in the world, because there were several other countries that were colonialized by the Britishers. So forest communities rebelled against these changes that were being imposed on them. So in India we have some of the great leaders who launched movements against these Britishers. Just like I will mention the name of some of the leaders, some important leaders, just like Sidhu, Sidhu, and here is Kanu. Sidhu and Kanu were the great leaders in Santhal Parganas. Pargana, it's some sort of province. We can say the province is also called as Parganas. So Santhal, what do you mean by Santhal? We have already learned it in class 8. The Santhals, it was a forest community. As you know that there were various communities, forest communities, and among them was a community that was called as Santhal community. And among these Santhals arose two great leaders, that is Sidhu and Kanu, who launched movements against the British rulers. So beside these two leaders, there were other important leaders, that is Birsa. Important leader Birsa, also known as Birsa Munda. Munda was a forest community, just like Santhal was a forest community. So Birsa belonged to that very Munda community. That's why he is also called as Birsa Munda of Chota Nagpur. Chota Nagpur. So there were other several leaders, just like Aluri Sitaram Raju of Andhra Pradesh. So all these leaders are still remembered today in songs and stories. What we are going to discuss here, we are going to discuss here a rebellion, such a rebellion that took place in the kingdom of Bastar. Kingdom of Bastar in 1910. So we are going to discuss the rebellion that took place in Bastar, Kingdom of Bastar in 1910. First of all, we will try to understand the people of Bastar before going through the rebellion of Bastar. We will first of all understand the people of Bastar. So what is this Bastar? Bastar is a place which is located in southernmost part of Chhattisgarh. So first point, Bastar is a place that is situated or located in southernmost part of Chhattisgarh, a state in India. So it is bordered, or we can say the neighboring places of this Bastar are Andhra Pradesh, a state, Orissa, another state, and Maharashtra. These are the border states. Maharashtra, border states of Bastar. So one of the important feature of this Bastar place was that a beautiful river winds across this Bastar east to west was called as river Indravati. Indravati river flows across this Bastar. So there was a river which was flowing across this Bastar. That river is called as river Indravati. So here in Bastar lived a number of communities and Mariagunds, Durvas, Batras, and Halbas. So what were these? These were the different communities living in Bastar. So what was the river that flows across the Bastar? It was Indravati. What were the neighboring states of Bastar? It was Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, and Maharashtra. Customs and beliefs. So customs and beliefs were common among these Bastar communities, but language was different. Besides that, they show respect to their land. They show respect towards the river and the forests, the mountains. So they show great respect towards the spirit of land, river, forest, and mountains. It is said that each village knows its boundaries, like the local people look after all the natural resources. Means there were several villages, and the people of each village look after the forests, look after the natural resources within that boundary. If people from a village want to take some wood from the forests of another village, if the people of a village wants to take some wood, 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 lagdi, wood from the forests of another village, and for that they were supposed to pay a tax, pay a fee called as divsari. So divsari was a fee that was to be paid by the villagers if they wish to get some wood from the forests of another village. Divsari and dand or man. So in exchange, they were supposed to pay fee called as divsari, dand or man. So that was all about the rebellion in the forests.